Last 15 seconds, the Raptors have the ball, and take us through the last seconds.
Well, a lot of breath holding. We thought we had it, honestly. The crowd was in such high spirits, especially after that one-man wrecking crew run that Kawhi Leonard went through at that 10-point stretch. So vibes were good, energy was high. Unfortunately, I think they made the right play. You know, this team has relied on ball movement, trusting each other. Draymond made a great play on the defensive end. But, you know, we were happy with the result simply because I think the Raptors played bad, and they were within 1 point. So the crowd was still high energy, walking through the city afterwards down Bremner. Everybody seemed to still have some confidence.
It wasn't a blowout.
Nope.
It was, yeah, I mean, 1 point, that does sort of shore up the confidence regardless. What happened, though? Why did they play bad, as you described?
Well, they played good in certain facets of the game, but I think missing shots early, a lot of open shots. It's kind of been a theme with this Raptors team because they do a good job of getting open shots. A lot of teams struggle to get open shots. The Raptors get open shots, but on some nights they don't fall, and that was kind of the case. But the guys did a great job to get back into that game because the Warriors kind of kept them at arm's distance.
But yeah, Toronto 8 threes versus 20 for the Warriors. I mean, you're not going to win with numbers like that, are you?
It's tough, especially in this league. You get that extra point for the three-pointer, and plus it gives you a little bit of swagger and momentum because it's kind of like an uppercut to the opponent. So I think the Toronto Raptors took those uppercuts, and they had a chance, but they need to knock down those threes next time.
That's one thing we'll keep in mind when we come back to what's to do for Game 6 in Oakland. But you mentioned Kevin Durant. I'm interested in your take. We'll play the injury. So he's into the second quarter, and he had already, I think it was 11 points in the first quarter. Unbelievable.
I think it was 14.
Well, in the first quarter, was it? Sorry about that. But, I mean, but he was dominant. He was really showing his presence early on. And then he goes down with this. Your thoughts on the injury overall?
Well, I said this in all of my interviews prior to the game. He had not played in 30 games, so I figured his rhythm would be off. Now, they took a huge risk. This is a man, kind of the league's built around guys like him and LeBron. He's going into free agency. He's expected to change whatever franchise he signs with. And he put his future in the hands of the Golden State Warriors medical staff, his own medical team, and it's really unfortunate to see because he's in the prime. He may be, it's him and Kawhi, 1 and 2 best players in the league right now, and he is in his prime. And it was super unfortunate to see, and shouts out to Kyle Lowry for kind of giving the fans a little bit of guidance in that situation, because I think Toronto carries itself better than that.
Well, and that's what Steph Curry said. He wasn't accustomed to seeing that kind of ugliness and doesn't want to see it again, but
I think the fans were super excited. You got to give them a little bit of credit because it was a finals game, first time, and there's that little bit of rivalry there, but they were right to stop the booing.
And also, I mean, it was a play on which the Raptors scored. So was there some holdover from the basket going on there? I mean, it's a little bit difficult to interpret. Because my producer Paul upstairs, we were talking about when a hockey player goes down, you cheer him when he goes off the ice. I mean, is there some mixing up? Or it's hard to know what exactly happened.
I remember the days when Raptors fans used to cheer against the Raptors when they were shooting their free throws because they didn't fully understand. So maybe this is a similar situation because, you know, we are still a hockey country and we like the physical play and the roughness and we identify with those players. But I think for basketball fans, the league's so built on individuals. To see KD go down, I think everyone's like, you know, this is gonna be a bad look for the league. Let's protect this guy.
So he gets an MRI today. He's gonna find out that's a year-long out. So the decision for him to play, whoever made it, what do you think about that in hindsight now?
Well, in hindsight, I think everyone regrets it. His GM went on TV last night and openly cried and asked everyone to place the blame on him. But they claim they did all the research they could. They talked to his people. They talked to the doctors. They went to outside sources. But again, I think when you're in the NBA Finals, the entire world, the media world's looking at you. They're going to brand you. This is your brand. And sometimes you let things slip in, little messages. Is he soft? Is he weak? Is he tough enough? Is he like Michael Jordan? Is he this? And maybe you watch Kawhi Leonard on the other side absolutely killing it, and you want to get back in that game. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for Kevin Durant.
It sure did not, and a big price to pay potentially, which we may find out more about today. He will certainly not be playing on Thursday. The game returns to Oakland. So for those in the 6 watching Game 6, what do the Raptors have to do?
Knock down your shot and continue to play the brand of defense you've played. They've kept the Warriors so far away from their usual scoring standard that they just need to keep doing that. And I think that was a bad shooting night for the Raptors, and they were down 1 point. So if you could put together a solid shooting night and still play the same brand of basketball you have, and keep that same demeanor, that business-like demeanor, treat this as a business trip, I think they should sew it up on the road.
You think so? How confident are you at this point?
As confident as I was that they would have won it last game, I got all the faith in the world in our Toronto Raptors.